Hit the like button, man. Please and thank you. I didn't know if I was gonna go live again, but I said fuck it before I go to sleep. I might as well go live again, right? Yeah, I might as well. Beastie, what's the word? What's the word? What's the word, bro? What's that word? Shout out to my boy Beastie in the motherfucking building. No, not today, not today. Saturdays and Sundays, I'm off. Saturdays and Sundays. Yeah, Saturdays and Sundays, my off days, man. On life. I'm trying to get a DJ to host that tape, man. I'm trying to get a DJ to host that tape. Do something different, make that bitch go super crazy, stand out. I was hollering at DJ Meal Ticket. DJ Shine? Yeah. Yeah, I remember DJ Shine. I was hollering at DJ Meal Ticket. Something got to shake, though. DJ Brick Eater. Yeah, man. What you want? See how you feel. I feel great. I feel super great. I'm chilling. Finna get high. What the commercial used to say, no news is good news. DJ Shine do that motherfucker today. Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, we gonna have to get it in order. We gonna have to get it in order. No news is good news. Shit. I ain't no shit ghetto. Slow motion. Finna pop on this bitch, do a little entertaining. I call it entertaining, while other motherfuckers call it blogging. Hey, what you on, gang? You cool? Y'all know I'm cool, man. I saw your number. Yeah. We up there. Let's get it, man. I'm taking advantage where I can. What I think about Mama Duck lawsuit, I don't give a fuck about that shit. Shit, go get your money. First get the money, and don't forget to get the money, and when you get the money, give me some money. You feel me? Don't forget to bring me the money. This is the days and time we living in. Instead of doing something violent to a motherfucker, just sue him. Y'all remember on Rocky, you touch me and I sue. Y'all remember on Rocky, that motherfucker was like, you touch me and I sue. This the days we living in, so you gotta sue motherfuckers in order to get a motherfucker. Let's say I catch a motherfucker coming out the motherfucking, you dig, and I can't just run up and punch this nigga in this shit, nigga. Nigga gonna press charges. That's I'm gonna end up in jail, assault and battery. So I gotta unfortunately play the game that they playing, suing the motherfucker. Man, y'all some fucking weird motherfuckers, man. Why would I take a song from you? Suing is gay. Why would I take a song from you? You don't got no hits. You won't win a lawsuit. I just like being high. It turned me silly, all type of shit. What the fuck? Fucking dickhead. Don't inhale too deep. That's what I used to tell your mama when she used to top me off back in the day for a couple of bags. She was a straight crackhead, but she was a decent crackhead. She managed her crack with the best of her capabilities. She was raw. You couldn't tell she was a smoker. But at nighttime, about 10 o'clock when y'all lay down, she'd hit me up, couple of bags, 3 for the 25, get my dick sucked, and that knocking the line out that motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie. I was 15. I was in there knocking the line out that motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie. I can't lie to you. That was the best, you know. Shit, 10, 11 at night. Motherfucker want 3 for the 25. They want credit, but they still gonna give you some head and some coochie. On life. She wasn't just a regular smoker. She had all her teeth, kept herself up. I guess she only fucked around on the weekends. She only fucked around on the weekends. Get them kids up, get them to school, and she go to work. You know, crack used to give you energy, make you want to work. On everything. Bitch used to be cooking and shit, bringing plates to the block. Folks them used to be like, that old lady brung you some food, G. That old lady looking for you. I'm in the crib with my bitch. That old lady just pulled up on the block looking for you. I just told you she kept herself up. She wasn't no crackhead. She was a managing crackhead. Like I think she smoked Primos or something. She'd mix that shit in with her weed or something. I don't know. But the bitch wasn't no tweaking like no crackhead. 15, I ain't know the bitch even smoked. Bitch said something to me one day. I'm standing in front of her building. I what? Low key, the bitch had a fat ass and everything, G. She just used to fuck around with the fuck around. She just used to fuck around with the fuck around. Now you gotta think, nigga. 15. That's damn near 25 years ago, y'all. I was 15 damn near 25 years ago. So you gotta look at it. That shit changed since then. They do pills and shit now. You know what I'm saying? The bitch crib was clean, decked out. Her bed wasn't on the floor. Her kids' beds wasn't on the floor. The bitch had food in her refrigerator. The bitch ain't had no roaches, no mice. Yeah, so that was 15 years ago, man. I was just shouting. She was giving me that good head. That shit was goddamn super wet on everything. The bitch was raw. The bitch used to suck my dick with candy in her mouth. I'm telling y'all, I remember this shit. If I could remember this shit from back then, y'all know she had to come with an ass wiper. Yeah, I was 15. Shout out to Brazil. How many times you gonna say Brazil in this motherfucker? Damn. Shout out to Brazil. Anderson Varejao from Brazil. He used to play with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Smoke weed every day, for sure, for sure. RG. What that stand for? Really gay? Oh, shit. Long as that motherfucker ain't tart. Long as that motherfucker ain't tart. I wouldn't care what if it did have hair. It ain't like I'm eating that motherfucker. A little poking and I'm through. On life. You talk like a GTA San Andreas character. That's kind of funny because your mama said the same thing. That's kind of funny because your mama said the same thing. Can you get a shout out? What is it that you do? Reagan, what is it that you do? What you city? Come on, man. When you come in here and speak proper language, or at least some type of ebonics I can understand. Don't come with this crazy shit, man. You a rapper. How many videos you got? When your next video? When your next video? How many albums you drop? I think he meant where are you from? I'm from Chicago. It's lit. It is lit. What's your favorite character? Your mama. We ain't tripping on nothing, Crystal. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Vicky, I don't even know who the fuck that is, so I can't lie to you. Shout out to Toledo. Show us your gas. Why would I do that? Quit smoking. Tell your mama to quit smoking. Come to Albania. What's that? Why would I come there? I seen the movie when dude was like, I got a particular set of skills. They was kidnapping motherfuckers there. I think I'ma pass on that one. I ain't got time to be fighting the whole mob and shit, getting sex trafficked and shit. I'm too old to get sex trafficked. I'm 40 years old. So when you got shit like that going on, you gotta avoid that type of obstacle. We'll just holler through YouTube. That's how we'll develop our relationship and chop it up and talking shit through YouTube. I don't need to be, you dig? Nigga, I ain't got a particular set of skills. Nigga, I will not find you. Nigga, how they shit. I ain't got time for that shit. What race are you? This too smoking fentanyl. This food smoking fentanyl. Like your mama and your daddy. Nice. Send one hug from Brazil, man. Get your goofy looking ass on, man. You did. Rooga. You big face bitch. Get your goof ass out of here. What's my biggest inspiration for wanting to do YouTube? My music. I was doing my music. That's what I was doing at first, y'all. I just wanted to put my music on here. Then a nigga that I knew from the hood and shit, he had a YouTube page that was doing something. He had like 25,000 subscribers. And I started rocking with him, popping on his podcast, showing my face. He had a mask on. I'm showing my face though, just like I'm doing now. His shit was busting. Yeah. I'm hip hop, pop, shit like that. Spanish. I know Spanish. You need to stop smoking. You can't read. How the fuck I can't read and I'm reading? You dumb fucker. Y'all say dumb shit. Hey, Tupac. You got a booger coming out your nose. Good. I'm human. I should have boogers coming out my nose in the morning, crust coming out my eyes, maybe a little slob on my face. I'm human. The fuck? Y'all act like y'all, I'd like to help you out. I'll sub to you. I appreciate you, Crystal. Who's my favorite up-and-coming artist? I'm gonna have to get back with you and remind me to ask that question again. a little bit up into the show. I don't know who I really, out of these young niggas that's rapping and, you know what I'm saying? I hear a lot of murder shit. I don't hear no money shit. Let me find out you a goofy. CEE-HOOD is ignoring me. He know I'm a, hey, stay blessed, brother. Let me find out you a goofy. That's crazy. Subscribe. Pac-Man gang, man, for sure. I'm from Chicago. Fruit City, Texas. Watch your mouth, blood. Man, fuck you, blood. Fuck you, cuz. For sure. Subscribe to the motherfucking page for me. Diddy come criminal. Do you swing both ways like Puff? To this dude, like your hat, for sure. Your mama said the same thing. Much love and respect to the rap. To Chicago. Oh, you from Columbus, Indiana. That ain't too far. Tell me what your life like. Baby, mine is real. That's what made me start doing the YouTube and shit like that. And come to find out, the person that I was doing YouTube with was a informant for 18 years for the FBI. You feel me? The nigga that I was doing YouTube with was an informant for the FBI for 18 years. And he ain't ain't even had the decency to tell me, and we was rocking together on the page. A lot of y'all need to do y'all homework and see. Is that what you call a mustache? Yeah, it's decent to me and fit me. This what I like. I'm not here for what you like, nigga. Get your zesty, goofy ass on. 3 things: work, church, and martial arts. That's my life. Damn, Crystal. You need to add a couple of more. 2 more things. Unsub. Alright. You BD shorty, nah, I ain't BD. I'm a grown ass man. A grown ass man. Who'll probably slap the shit out you asking me that type of question. Fuck is wrong with you, nigga? Who is you to ask me these type of questions? So I'll let it pass on YouTube, because I know in real life, a lot of you niggas would be scared to even say some shit in my presence. I just look like this. I just look like this. I just look like this, man. I think it was a good move. Lonzo Ball be fucking injured. Kobe White ain't consistent. Let the white boy come over here and play a little point guard, a little shooting guard. We need him and THT when we trade Zach LaVine. But we can't just trade Zach LaVine. We need a pick and we need something young. I thought they was gonna do something with Kenny Lofton. Let him play the power forward. Let him get loose. I don't know what the Bulls doing, man, but I try to support it, man. We need a Larry Bird, Cooper Flag. The UFO be landed. Real gangsters don't got time for this shit. So why the fuck is you on here? You half and half. What you talking about? Real gangsters out here hustling. Go out there and hustle, nigga. I don't proclaim to be a hustler and a gangster. I did that shit in my prior life, nigga. I'm 40 years old, bro. I got 2 jobs. I be chilling with my kids and shit, nigga. So fuck is you talking about? gangster and all. Get your goof ass out of here. I done grew up doing all that shit, nigga. What you don't understand, brother? There is no beef, only peace. Trying to push peace for real. Nigga, go ask who started peace treaties and did all this shit. The fuck out of here, nigga. Talking about FBI. What FBI? Your mama? For sure, for sure. Your mama's boyfriend. What's that word? What's that word? Your friend is FBI. That ain't even me and fool don't even. What you ain't been watching? You ain't been watching? Me and dude been got into it. What's wrong with you? Yeah, I got sisters and I got a lot of kids. What you smoking? Some good ass weed. Put me in a nice mind frame. Watching the Phoenix Suns versus the Denver Nuggets. Doing YouTube. You feel me? I'm finna get into doing some content with y'all for in a little while. I get on here, smoke, talk shit, listen to y'all talk shit, and laugh. I don't know. Denver might not be in the top 3 no more. Oh, damn. Decent. Denver still got a decent team, though. Our country is crumbling. Tell me about it. A zero progression mind frame. BNG, you, who? P. Diddy. That's a fake P. Diddy, man. We got the real P. Diddy that be sliding through here, y'all. That's the fake P. Diddy. Yeah, all y'all gotta do is sub to me and see what's up with me. Fentanyl kills. Man, I wish you were gone somewhere. You running, you pushing it, man. I'm gonna have one of my moderators put you in timeout for 86K. So just keep on playing, brother. All right, good night, Crystal. Enjoy yourself. Where you from, blood? Shit, Chicago. You mad? For sure, for sure. Y'all crazy. This motherfucker said you would be a beautiful woman. You niggas is fucking weird. What's cracking, cuz? 63rd. Shout out to 63rd. What y'all on, man? Run me up, run me up. I'm telling y'all. You trying to catch a lick? Don't do it, young brother. Do you let your sister eat your gooch? What you doing if you find your girl on OnlyFans? What I'm supposed to do? Y'all niggas weird, man. 80 people in the building. Let me get a few likes. Let me get a few likes up out y'all. 6 more likes, y'all. I need 6 more likes. 6 more likes. Then I'ma transform into the troll. Start doing tricks and shit on everything. 6 more likes, y'all. Come on. You a transgender. Nah, I ain't say shit about transgender. I said transform into a troll. Matter of fact, let me say that. Let me retake that back because that do sound zesty. Y'all crazy. Y'all crazy. I just found your channel and subscribe, bro. Appreciate it, James. I think you said that a couple of days ago. Are you Bumblebee? Y'all niggas weird. Get the fuck out of here. Y'all niggas is weird, nigga. This ain't no red swisher. Y'all think I could do all this talking and the blunt not still be hitting, not be burning, and it'll be a swisher? Think about it, man. You guys are weird. Yeah, how you know I'm in the bathroom? That's crazy. How did he know I was in the bathroom, y'all? Wow. How this nigga knew I was in? No. You guys are mean. When you live with someone, you have to smoke in the bathroom. That's fucked up for you, brother. If you think this the bathroom, then y'all really tweaking. What I rate my girl head game? Oh my god. Let me see. My last demo was like a 12. She probably like a 6 at the most. So it's really a drop off from my last one to my new. She's still trying to figure this motherfucker out. Bro, in the interrogation room, they got some food on the way. Alright, make sure it come to the door. To the right door. Call when you get to the gate, I'll give you the code. Shit. Hit the like button for sure, for sure. Yeah, call when they at the gate. I'll buzz them in. I love gay hip hop culture. The gate code is freak off part. Nah, man. We got a gate on our community now. They put a gate on our community. My friend kissed my crush today. Rick Ross is a bottom. What's up, homie? Is Joe Biden Obama with a mask on? It's not a gate, it's actually jail. Oh, okay. It's peaceful and shit out there. What suburb you from? Oh, I ain't from the suburbs. I'm from the city. I happen to live in Georgia right now, though. I'm from the city of Chicago, but I happen to live in Georgia right now. For real, for real. Rebecca, sorry about your loss. ATL, huge gay culture. Huh. Chloe, what's the word? What's the word? Oh yeah, you know what it is. It be different motherfuckers, but they come as trolls. I told my moderators don't block nobody though. I told my moderators don't block nobody. For sure. I know. I know the trolls boost the numbers and all that shit. I know that shit for sure. And that shit don't affect me though. That's the only thing I don't think they get. That shit don't affect me though. Literally, we getting you in the algorithm. It ain't you, cause I ain't never seen you. 110 or 102. 104. Are you a gangster? Nah, I'm just a regular man. I'm a grown man with kids and shit. Chloe and I finna session. Y'all crazy. I know where y'all from. Chicago is a scary place. Nah, I'm bald head. Yeah, I'm transitioning back up to the spaceship. We finna get the fuck out of here. We came and got what we needed. Now we finna let the planet blow up. I'm gone. Face ass. Beam me up, Scotty. CEE-HOOD, when you dropping some new music. Soon. Real soon. New videos and all that shit too. Real soon. You look like Gunna. Your mama said the same thing. What's the word? What's the word? What's the word? You talk like CJ. Your mama talk like CJ. A lot. Drop this link, Thug Passion. Do not go back to Chicago. Why? Why? Why you talking about mamas? You look like you miss car payments. Oh, shit. Funny as hell. That was a good one. That's the type of comedy I like. I go back all the time. What's wrong with y'all? Nigga got no comebacks. He talking about mamas. That is my comeback though. If you watch me, you will know that that's my comeback. If you watch me, you will know that's my ultimate comeback. I say that about everything. You look 19 and 34 at the same time. Damn, that's good, because ain't neither one of them my age. I'm finna be 40 next month. So for you to say 19 and 34, I guess I look good for my age, because I'm finna be 40. Is you a Crip? Nah, I ain't no Crip. I don't gang bang, homie. Black don't crack. You know homies from O Block, yeah. You don't look nowhere near 40. Appreciate you. That's impressive. Your birthday is November 12th. Who? Yours? It's not. Can you rap? Yeah, I can. Watch this. You got the I come from France mustache. I thought you was a lot younger. Yeah, a lot of people did. That's why I keep telling y'all, man. Y'all gotta live to be my age to talk shit about me. I'm an OG. Everything y'all think y'all doing and wanting to do, I already did that shit. So let's just keep it real about this shit. Everything y'all think y'all doing and y'all wanting to do, I already did about this shit. On life. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200 for sure. No, I be laughing and shit. Shout out to Chloe Wright, the membership. Oh, for sure. We in there. Me growing up in the 90s, I had an excellent childhood. Even though my mama and daddy turned to drugs, I still had a good childhood because my grandma took us in. I got a real story, y'all. I ain't never really sat down and told the whole story. That's what the fuck I gotta do on life. You look like you come from a good house. Oh, that's good, cause shit, it's actually only if you knew. Only if you knew, man. Homie got the Latin King mustache. Get your goof ass out here, funny as hell. Cause I know how to do this shit. You learn this shit as the time go on. Nigga, how the fuck you think you can do this? You learn this shit as time on. You learn this shit as time go on, man. You don't just have this shit, you learn this shit, nigga. Y'all know how many times I sat in a motherfucking cell and was in jail and all type of shit, nigga. This shit just don't happen and this shit come, nigga. You gotta fight for this shit. Live this shit, nigga. Can't just think shit supposed to go your way. You'll never be happy. You niggas will never understand because y'all only on the internet on YouTube. Me being 37, well 38, 39, 40 years old, just getting on the internet, learning and discovering this shit and looking how I'm going. And then just imagine where it's gonna be when it really take off and get in, put in position to where it's supposed to be. But I got a good ass memory though. And I like to crack jokes and talk shit. And you can do that shit here too. With me. I'm not tripping. You can do that shit here with me. I ain't tripping. While other motherfuckers will kick you off the page. This ain't what you gonna get kicked off the page at. For doing all that shit, nigga, and expressing and being yourself. This ain't that one of them pages. And this what I'm gonna get known for. Everybody, we can go to CEE-HOOD shit and go fuck with him. Rock with him what he on. Before he get to doing all his real content shit, he be on there talking shit. We control and talk shit to him. They gonna feel good and comfortable, ready to come to the page. I don't give a fuck about that shit long as you ain't super reckless talking about you rape kids and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It's a place where you can actually goddamn it talk your shit. What we got here. So shout out to everybody in the building, man. My demo need to be charged, my tablet. You look like exhibit before the fame. Well, that's a damn shame. Homie, only if you lose the game. But you can see the pain. Face says. Shout out to you, big man. Shout out to everybody in the building, though. For real, y'all hit the like button. Y'all run me up. Sean Combs, man. We got the real P. Diddy that be sliding through here. Y'all already late. We got the real P. Diddy that be sliding through here. Y'all late, man. For real. What we here to do? Subscribe and like. Have a good day, player, for sure, for sure. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. I appreciate everybody who tuning in. When it suggests my video, they don't have to do that. They don't have to come in and click on my shit and see what the fuck I'm talking about. And then they say the average, a motherfucker staying in this motherfucker for at least a minute and 30 something seconds, 35 seconds or some shit. So a nigga actually is listening to a nigga, giving a nigga a chance and subscribing. Everybody don't do it. We ain't tripping though. A 100% like to view account is wild. Give me a chance. Fucking crazy, man. Thought I'd say the last. No. We know this live ain't about growing a thick mustache for sure. I don't want no thick mustache. This is what fit me, bro. This is what fit me. This is what fit me. That's what fit me. That's what I like. I'm not here to try to come look and impress for you, nigga. That's zesty. Niggas just motherfucking zest buckets. We motherfuckers is crazy, man. What y'all on, man? Let me try to do an hour live. Do an hour live with y'all. Pretty mouth. They wild as hell, for real. I want to be sassy behind closed doors. Y'all crazy. What time it is? 10:53. I think I need a double. I think I want a double cheeseburger. Nah, this ain't no gay string. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Respect for having thick skin and not blocking some people. Soft and block everyone. Oh, for sure. You fun. Y'all talking about fun. Get your goof ass out of here. This shit ain't fun. Get your clown ass out of here. Who are you voting for? Wouldn't you like to know? You are all over the gay black Reddit. Great. Great. That's good. What y'all doing on gay Reddit? That's the question that we really want to know. Uh, that's the question we really want to know. Y'all crazy. uh, uh, uh. Thanks for the screenshot. Y'all niggas crazy. You still haven't answered my question. Y'all crazy. Easy, yeah, you crazy. You super crazy. That's bizarre for you to say easy E. Wow. These niggas is crazy.
I feel like you're disappointed because now I'm a rapper, having motion, and I'm not even writing songs about you. I feel like you were probably pissed when the freestyle came out and I didn't have any bars for you. Skipped right over you, went straight to J-Main.
Before the freestyle.
Oh, I don't even remember anything before that. Although I was just thinking, we did that whole interview with Flame in which he, like, remember he's telling a funny-ass story about him stealing his shit while he went to the store or something?
It has nothing to do with Flame. Flame ain't steal nothing.
No, he said Rooga stole from him, right?
Huh? Listen,
I'm
gonna tell you some real shit though, Adam.
Okay.
My thing is with you, man. Like even where we went bad at, the moment I did my interview with you, I talked to you before the cameras was even rolling. I said I ain't even want to talk about that billionaire shit. You feel me? Just off the strength of that's Duck Homie. We always in cahoots with each other, and I ain't got time to be, you know what I'm saying, bashing the next motherfucker on the internet or whatever. Damn, the first thing you started the interview off with was, all right, you said you didn't want to talk about the billionaire shit. And I literally just told you this. So it's like, why speak about it on camera?
I felt you didn't want to talk about Dirk specifically.
But listen, this was the thing though. It's like, even after the interview, I talked to you. I'm like, I don't know. I just want to see the interview before it come out. You know what I'm saying? To see it. You know what I'm saying? Just because I ain't got time to be stirring all goofy shit up. I ain't got time for that. But you, literally, any other time I DM you, you hit me back. But this particular time when I'm DMing you, telling you, like, send me the video, the clip, you're not hitting me back. Now you drop it. And you knew I talked to you and you agreed upon this. As a man, when you tell somebody I'm going to do this, you got to stand on it. Where I'm from. So, and you ain't stand on your word.
Yeah, I should have been more direct and just told you I was going to put it out realistically.
Let me keep going. I ain't even done. It's like, and then another thing, you on here playing with folks' mama, like Doug mama, bro. Like, I don't give a fuck how much you playing. Don't play with folks' OG.
I think that was a mutual thing. Her and I had this little flirtatious joke thing going on. I mean, have you seen the interview? She's around with me like that, calling me handsome and all this shit too. It's not just like you remember that day? We could not believe the way she was flirting with me.
At the end of the day, another thing, you play with Wooski, bro. Like, just hit me out.
We talk.
I don't care if y'all talk. That ain't that. I got a personal problem with it because it's the principle of you playing with him about him getting shot in the head. That shit ain't no joke. Do you know that was at my best friend's funeral?
Yeah.
Do you know that my best friend mama couldn't even bury her son the right way? Like, the funeral was completely over after that. Motherfuckers running everywhere. My mama was there. My son was there. He wasn't even 6 months.
For sure, Wooski should have thought about that before he started talking shit to me. Because when you start doing battle in hip-hop, you're going to use whatever you got to talk shit. He did. He started shit with me, so I mentioned something like that.
You went on an interview with Cairo and brought up Wooski.
Right, in a very light way, like barely. The idea that
I'm still here.
That deserved the reaction that he then gave me.
I'm still here.
Insane.
You basically recited lyrics that you knew was really serious, bro. That like behind the situation.
I think you're taking different situations and
All right,
combining them together, though.
Hit me
Because
out.
that was all about Sean Cotton saying
But
that
this
he
is what
didn't
I'm
think
saying.
Cairo had
When you-
Wooski vibes.
Listen, when you do that, you place yourself in street shit.
Right.
It get real after that.
Okay.
Like for real, gang. Like on some real shit. Like if I would have came in here right now with 4 pairs of boxing gloves and set the bitch on the table right now, like come fight me right now. Let's go fight. Would you?
No, that shit's goofy as fuck.
Exactly. That's what I'm telling you.
I would have looked at you like you
This
were
is
doing
what
some
I'm
stupid ass
telling
clout
you.
shit if you did something like that, for sure.
It wouldn't be no clout shit because you ain't gonna post it anyway. But this is what I'm telling you. At the end of the day, if I ask you that type of shit, you ain't really willing to even just fight. Don't stop egging it on, gang. Like if you ain't literally just willing to fight.
Why do
I ain't
you
even
think
talking
that?
about-
Why do I
Hold
need
up.
to be on board
I'm not
with
even-
fighting?
listen,
Like I
listen.
never said I was a boxer.
I'm not even-
Why do I need to be a boxer
Listen,
all
when
of a
you got
sudden?
on that internet and you said Rooga a bitch, acting like a bitch, them fighting words to me. We don't play about that shit. Now I could come in here and really get on bullshit. You see what I'm saying? We don't play about certain shit. And you gotta understand when you step in that field, you gotta accept everything that come with it. Ain't no, I just wanna turn this button off now. Now I wanna turn this button off. I don't wanna do this, but nah, you forgetting the other shit that come with it.
Do I seem like I'm worried about that?
At the end of the day, guys.
Do I seem like I'm worried about any of this shit?
Listen,
Like, there's a
if
lot of
I
threats.
said-
There's a
you
lot
just
of
sat here and
ideas.
told me.
I'm
just-
chilling.
You just sat here and said, if I asked you with the boxing glove to fight, you said you would not do it.
Right,
So you
'cause
are
I'm
worried
not a
about it.
boxer.
You know why? Because you're worried about getting knocked the fuck out.
No, because I just don't want to take part in
You worried about
goofy
getting
ass
knocked
clout
the fuck out.
shenanigans.
It wouldn't be no clout shit. You know why?
Yes,
If
it
you
is.
wouldn't have no cameras rolling.
Challenging a
you wouldn't do none of that.
non-boxer to a boxing match when I've never said or done
I
anything
ain't
that
never been in no
suggested that I wanted
professional
to
boxing
be a
either.
boxer.
What the f so different about me and you? You older than me.
Okay.
It's so different.
I'm going to pull up to do an interview with you and I'm going to bring a snowboard. And we're going
What's
to have
so
a
different?
contest. Who's the best snowboarder?
What's
Because
so
that's
different?
exactly as logical as you deciding that I should be a boxer now.
Bro, you just dropped a diss song to people and you was trash as hell.
What?
At the end of the day, you
That might have been
jumping in
the
rap
first person
field
I
doing
heard say
goofy
that.
shit. This is what I'm telling you.
I heard a lot of people say they think I'm nicer on the mic than you are.
I'm gonna keep it real, bro. That shit was ass. You was ass.
That was my first song. But I think I snapped.
Alright, make it your last, man.
No, we got more. we got another one that'll probably be out by the time this comes out.
Alright, that's cool. Keep doing what you're doing. I hope you make it in your rap career. But look, stop playing with people if you're not ready for the outcome that come with the shit.
Why do you think I'm not ready?
Because you not. You just sat here and said you wouldn't even fight. So
Yeah.
you're not ready. That's what I'm telling you.
Being
Not.
ready is not the same as having to take part in goofy ass crowd
On some
shenanigans.
real shit, every nigga tell you in Cali, what they say, we run a phase around, they run phase around this bitch.
You hanging out with the wrong guys in Cali.
Exactly.
But they don't run phase in Cali?
Not a lot. Not a
Whatever
lot.
going on, we fight. Where we from, nigga. At the
Chicago.
end of the day, if a motherfucker...
Chicago fight
This is
like,
very different than everything I've been led to believe about
and you
Chicago.
really...
No, Chicago fight.
We
Ooh.
ass.
When's the last time we heard about a famous Chicago brawl?
Now you know what it is. Everybody don't be
I'll tell
internet,
you
but
some real
Chicago
shit.
fight.
I'm gonna tell you some real shit. That's really like what I'm actually telling you. Fight. Niggas really kill motherfuckers in Chicago.
You should kill
That's
me.
what they do.
I love
But what
that.
I'm telling you is...
Somebody just shoot me.
But
For
what
sure.
I'm telling you is, Adam,
Yeah.
you're gonna get stuck one day if you keep tweaking with people. I'm telling you, bro.
I'm gonna be real.
It's not gonna be a good outcome
The
for you.
threats, the like vague, like, oh, something's gonna
Ain't
happen to
nobody
you.
threatening you.
The 22ster ain't pressed.
I'm telling
Trust
you.
me.
I ain't threatening you.
I'm good.
I'm telling you. If
Sounds
somebody
like a
asks
threat.
you,
Sounds like you're trying to threaten me.
at the end of the day, I'm
I'm
telling
not
you
worried
as
about
real.
it.
I'm telling you as a man, nigga.
Right.
You gonna get stuck out here playing.
Okay.
Remo, no, he over there looking like you. He knows. Look at him.
Like how y'all shit
Remo,
on.
you got it.
I'm with whatever I
Listen
get
up.
myself into.
But listen, you not because you said you wouldn't even fight a person.
That's goofy as
You
fuck.
talking about some clout.
Oh, I'm gonna give you
Let me tell you some
gloves.
real
Like,
shit.
that's some goofy ass club
We
shit,
can
and
fight
you
your
know it.
ass.
You
'Cause
know
I'm
it.
really saving your face.
You know it.
Saving your face. But
Number
listen,
one, I
but
never
listen,
signed up to be a fighter.
At the end of the day,
So if somebody
you
starts
ain't
telling
signed
me
up
like,
to be a
oh,
rapper neither.
you're not a
But
great,
you just
yes I
dropped
did.
this
No, I
song.
literally did.
And
I
that
made
shit
a
was
song.
trash.
That was me signing up. Was when I made
And
the
that shit
song.
was trash. You ain't signed up to be no rapper.
So you're telling me that I'm
What
not a
you
good
doing?
rapper? Do you
So
think
stop
that
it with all that
impacts
other
my
shit.
like ego?
Stop it with all
You
that.
think I'm
What I'm
worried
telling
about
you
not
is-
being a good rapper?
Yes, you are because you just sat here and said you wouldn't fight if it came down to it.
My whole thing is that I'm not willing to take
soft.
people and let them convince me that I need to fight to defend my man.
Platform and let them convince you. You can try to convince people that you tough and you this and that.
When have I ever acted like I was tough?
On some real shit. Just speaking on street shit to get you up. I'm telling you that.
I'm just gonna let you know I'm good with the vague threats.
You ain't.
Yes.
You ain't.
Unless you're gonna do something,
you wouldn't.
I don't want to hear it.
Do you want to fight?
No.
I ain't saying shut the fuck up.
Then why are you on the
Stop talking.
podcast?
Stop talking.
You don't get to tell me to shut the fuck up on my podcast.
If I was
This is my podcast that you were very upset.
in this bitch,
when I told you you weren't invited on this podcast, you were very upset.
I'm talking to Remo now. Hey, listen.
You're talking to me on my podcast.
And hit him in his mouth. Say I hit him in his mouth. What he gonna do?
What do you think I'm gonna do?
He gonna try to sue. He gonna be one of them soft ass.
How am I gonna sue you when I got way more money than you?
Cause you
That's
soft.
not usually how it works.
Cause you soft. So you telling me if I hit you in your mouth, you ain't gonna sue me?
I don't need to sue you.
You ain't answer my question.
Am I gonna sue you? Why would I sue somebody that I have way more money than?
If I hit you in your mouth, then what?
I feel like that would really betray the fact that you told Remo that you didn't have a problem with me and really just wanted
At the
to talk
end
on
of
the
the day, it's the
podcast.
principle. I'm telling you something. You need to learn something.
So you're scared of
You
getting
need to
sued
learn
now?
something from another grown man. You want me to do it?
Sure.
If I hit you,
Go crazy.
your security gonna run in here?
What do you think? What else is he here for? What else is he
Your
here for?
security gonna come in with his gun?
Why else is he here?
All right, but look.
You see what I'm saying?
But hold on.
So stop talking.
If you were really on some tough shit, you wouldn't care about that, right?
Listen, you.
I don't put myself out here on some tough shit. I never came on here and told I am the best fighter. When have I ever came on the podcast and said, "Oh, I'm the toughest"?
It's the shit you mentioning.
Like
I just told you. I just spoke on my homie.
Your example
spoke on that
is
shit
basically
like
telling
that shit
me
was a
that
game.
even
Stop
though
playing
Wooski
with us.
dissed me
At
and
the
talked
end of
shit
the
to
day,
me first, that I shouldn't be able to
did
talk
that
back
shit.
to him in
You did that
response.
shit. You throw the rock and you hide your hand.
That's not true.
That's what
He
the
threw
fuck
the
you
rock.
do. You throw the rock and hide your hand.
He threw the rock.
And just like I said, at the end of
All
the day,
I did was
if
respond.
you ain't
You're
ready,
trying to tell me that for some reason
you
I
not
can't
ready for
respond
what
to
come
somebody
with it,
when he disses me.
if you ain't ready for what come with it, leave that street shit alone.
I'm ready.
For real.
I'm good.
Why? Because you're not even ready to fight.
That's
That ain't
you
even-
coming
that
up
ain't
with
even
an
that.
arbitrary way for us to
check
prove
your
our
scary ass up.
masculinity, and I'm letting you know that if you want to have a boxing match, I want to have a snowboarding competition.
Bro.
It's exactly the same thing.
Just say you scared.
Do it.
I'm not a fighter.
So if he do this,
Just say you scared.
There's a reason I move around the way that I do.
So
It's
this
because
is what
I
I'm
don't
telling you.
want someone like you to try to
you
think
know-
that you can bully me.
If you said the reason why you move, because you don't want to fuck you up, right?
Well, of course.
So why the fuck is you doing the shit you doing? Because the shit
Talking to people on the internet?
that'll get you fucked up though. You contradicting yourself.
All the threats in the world don't mean shit to me. You gotta do it.
Contradicting yourself.
You gotta do it.
Bro, you not like on some real
You
shit.
know where I'm at
I just
every
asked you.
day doing
I
content.
just asked you, would you fight me in gloves?
And
You
again,
said no.
you coming up with an arbitrary way for us to prove our manhood
I real
doesn't interest me.
Like for real.
We can talk on a
I ain't
podcast.
I ain't
You have to express yourself with
I ain't gonna
words.
embarrass you. I ain't even gonna embarrass myself on this podcast and bust off your ass. Cause I can't.
That
I
for
got
sure
the
would
reach
be-
and everything.
that would embarrass
This is
you.
the whole
You would get
my whole
embarrassed.
left hand around and do some shit to you.
I don't even know
But
why
listen,
you think you could come on my
listen.
podcast and talk shit to
That
me like
wouldn't
this
even be
when
worth it.
you're obviously
that
not going
wouldn't
to
even
do
be worth
shit.
it.
Yeah.
Listen,
You're going to have to leave if you want to keep talking
Look,
tough,
leave.
because
That's what he
nobody
do.
is interested in hearing you talk
Leave.
shit like that.
he want a motherfucker to leave
all
because
right.
he's scared.
Let's
That's
bring
what
it-
they
You
do.
got
Niggas
to
straight
bring it
up.
back
if you
in.
wanted me to
Let's
take
bring
you
it
serious.
Let's bring it back in a little
Listen,
bit.
let me talk to you.
So
You're going to have to be polite if you want to stay on this
Listen.
podcast.
Listen,
can we
I don't
talk?
give a fuck
Hold
about this
on.
podcast.
No, hold
And
on.
why do you beg to come on here?
To be honest, I really wanted to come here and beat your ass.
Yeah, but you're not.
You want to go box? Let's go catch our face.
Man,
Again, I
doing
don't
that,
want to
bro.
box.
I listen.
Off my word.
Cause listen, hold on.
I can have you
Hold on.
removed right
You
now.
can catch
Do
a
you
straight
want
on
to
the
go?
face.
I know.
You want to go wait outside?
Listen, but my son,
Me and
listen
you
to
chop
me.
it
If
up,
you
bro.
have me
Like,
remove
off the
game,
shirt,
I'm
though.
gonna leave out this bitch like a man. That's
cool.
what I'm gonna do.
Right. Or you can
That ain't
sit here
gonna
and
move
talk
me.
like a man.
You got the police in here.
How's it a police?
That ain't gonna move me. It's cool.
I just
At the
don't know
end of
why
the
you're
day,
so convinced
the
that this
world
is a
knows
good
that
place
your
for
ass
you
is
to talk
vague.
like
You
you're
just
tough.
talking.
Right.
I'm not
I'm not a
talking.
boxer. I've made that extremely
So stop
clear.
talking. Stop talking.
I'm a podcaster. Why the would I stop
Stop
talking?
talking. That's your problem.
Why would I stop talking when I'm a
Most you gonna do
podcaster?
is hit the table. You would hit the table.
All you're doing is sitting here
Hey,
yapping.
so look, we talked it out. We said that everything was cool.
Yeah.
Why you coming
I've
on this
seen the
type of
text.
shit,
Yeah, you tried to do the whole switcheroo. Who want to act tough as soon as I get on the podcast? Oh, I can handle my own business as well. Don't worry. Yeah, I don't handle it by doing boxing matches with cavemen who want to act tough instead of doing a
Now
podcast.
you racist.
I'm not a boxer.
Now his racism is
Oh,
coming
and
out.
now you're going to play the race
You ain't
card.
talking about cavemen. You racist, man.
I'm describing your brain.
You weird.
Not your race.
You weird.
I'm going to ask you to leave.
That's cool. I'll leave. But I'm telling you, you a bitch.
I don't care.
Yeah, yo, ass handsome guy. Handsome guy. Nigga,
Oh, sure.
I'm gonna get up out of here. Don't touch me though.
Yeah,
Listen,
you're going to have to go.
handsome guy.
You're going to have to go.
I bet you y'all he delete this out. I bet
You're
you
gonna have to
delete this
go.
out the interview.
You're going to have to go.
You a handsome guy.
Capable of acting like a...
Handsome guy.
You can't act like...
Handsome guy.
Behave like a grown-up.
Handsome shit.
Behave like a grown-up, Rooga.
Come on.
Get the f*** out.
Got you?
Get out of here.
You scared.
You're fired.
Handsome guy. Handsome guy. Handsome guy.
There you go. Get the f***
You
out.
got a soft ass security. Oh my son. He's soft as hell.
Get out of here.
We can run the program. We can run the program. Not only that,
I couldn't show that part because can't show no violence on YouTube. Myself. That's crazy.
something would have been found out about now. Let me get into this, bro, right quick. Now, there was some garbage that was said regarding Tupac's murder on this Piers Morgan interview. And they said some names of some people with not any proof at all. They even went on and lied and said, I said that Sean Puffy Combs gave Eric Von Zip $1 million for the death of Tupac, which I never ever said that. The same individual who told that lie months ago went on their YouTube show and said Reggie Wright Jr. was responsible for Tupac's and Big's murder. He goes on the show and said Sean Puffy Combs and me, because Puff gave him the money and I set Big up, that we responsible for Big's and Tupac's death. Make up your mind. Now we on a real platform so we can get greasy with it. You putting stuff out there to mess up the investigation. Because you talking stuff that you know nothing about. You wasn't around, nobody messed with you, so nobody even F with you in New York City. You went on there and you put out information, and now the investigators of Tupac, their family, when they come to you, just like Diddy lawyers them should come to you and ask you, well, where you get that information from? Because you didn't get it from me. So now, Tupac family them, I said this, and you heard it from Gene Deal out of his mouth. Eric Von Zip had a check for $1 million. He told us he got that $1 million from Black Ground Records. Now, he said it was from Barry Hankerson and Jimmy Henson. I said I didn't know if Zip ever having a record label. You can trace that. You can see why. Because I know it was statements that Puff was saying on records, on SNS. You killed for $1 million. Whether he was talking or whether it was true, I don't know. But for somebody to put people's names and try to mix the Choir Studio into what happened in Vegas, that's some bullshit. And y'all know it to be true. Listen, I truly believe that when this individual told that lie and said Reggie Wright and had something to do with Tupac murder, and this then he had something to do with Big's murder. Then he came back and said, nah, it's Puff and Gene Deal. Piers Morgan, you need to watch who you have on your program, bro. Because right now, you looking real fugazi out here.
Tupac, my brother, was king of the hill, top dog, king of rap. And with it comes a lot of jealousy.
Oh, wait, maybe I said this because he got Tupac killed.
It's pretty direct there from 50 Cent.
Yes, it was.
You know, and I know, that everyone believes that Diddy was involved in both these shootings. That is what the streets have said for 27 years.
We all were familiar with all the rumors and stuff. I said, yeah, let me talk to him.
What did he say that day when he called you?
You know, I have my guys with me, thug-like guys, and we heard what he had to say. He basically said he ain't had nothing to do with my brother's murder.
We don't talk about things that are nonsense.
Do you think he was lying?
Quite possibly, and kind of looking that way. Here we are 27, 28 years later. The theory involving him is quite high on the list. Our family, you know, we still suffer. He was all wrapped up, but he was still shaking the bed. He really wanted to tell me something. I'm assuming it was something that had to do with the hit.
I get the feeling quite strongly that you don't believe Diddy. I don't think you believe a word of it.
Seems like he got a whole bunch of power. Like absolute power. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. Heavy is the head that wears the crown.
What's your message to Sean Combs? Tupac Shakur was American hip-hop's brightest light until he was shot 4 times in a drive-by attack in 1996. His death shocked the world, and Tupac's legend has only grown since his murder, along with the fevered speculation about who planned it, who ordered it, and who did it. For 27 years, it was one of America's highest-profile unsolved crimes, until finally, a year ago, Dwayne Keefe D. Davis was charged. He bragged about being inside the Cadillac from which the fatal shots were fired, albeit not by him, and awaits trial as the last surviving suspect. But there are many unanswered questions and a tangled web of claims embroidering notorious figures and an infamous East Coast-West Coast gang rivalry. Many people speculate that this web entangles P. Diddy. Sean Combs is, of course, facing trial on a battery of charges, including sex trafficking and racketeering. With his alleged crimes under the spotlight, members of Tupac's family have this week hired an investigator to examine the links between Diddy and the murder. And joining me now is Tupac Shakur's brother, Mopreme. Well, Mopreme, thank you very much indeed for joining me.
Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. I don't know what time it is there.
It's an early evening in the UK. Are you in LA?
Currently.
Yeah.
Shout out to all of my people across the pond.
Well, it's great to have you here on Uncensored. We're very keen to talk to you because obviously a lot has happened to P. Diddy in recent weeks. He's now languishing in prison. Let me start first of all, your reaction to what's happened to him.
My reaction is that it's a mess. You know, and which you know, I have nothing to do with, but I wanted to make it clear that the family is pursuing an investigation into my brother's death. Wherever the investigation leads, that's where it leads. It is not about that guy specifically. It's about justice for my brother.
You were Tupac's older stepbrother. And I want to, just for the benefit of viewers who may not be familiar with your brother, with what happened, with the rivalry, and obviously his subsequent murder, just very quickly paint me a picture of how all this happened.
Well, for many years, you know, as far as the hip-hop rap world goes, you know, Tupac, my brother, was king of the hill, top dog, king of rap. And with it comes a lot of envy, jealousy, and, you know, all types of things. And all I can make of it is there were groups of people who were jealous and envious and full of hate.
There were 2 shootings involving a brother. One he survived, one he sadly did not survive. There was this whole East Coast, West Coast war. There have been books about this, documentary films about this, dramatized movies about this. Do you think we know the truth. You said your family's launched an investigation into what happened to your brother. Do you think there are still a lot of unanswered questions?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It's been an ongoing mystery for 27 years. You know, with the arrest in Vegas, there was a break. There was an opportunity to get closer to the truth. This is, this is ongoing business for us. My Mama Faney pursued an investigation early on, soon after his murder, at which nothing came of it. So we were left with no answers. No answers for 27 years. Now we might have an opportunity to get some answers.
The first time that Tupac was shot, where were you and how did you hear about that? And what was your feeling instinctively about who may have been behind it?
When Pac got shot the first time, I was in Atlanta. I was worried about him because he did, he rocked a lot of jewelry. We like jewelry, rocked a lot of jewelry, but New York is notoriously known for being a home of the stick-up kid. And I advised him not to, be out there like that. And so I thought that it might just have been a robbery for his possessions, and it seems like there was more to it. We also felt that Pac was safe in New York because we are from New York, and we had a lot of friends and allies there at the time that we felt would look out for Pac. So, we were quite confused.
We've got a clip of Tupac talking about potential involvement of Diddy, or Puff Daddy as he was at the time, in that shooting, that first shooting. Let's take a look.
Think Puffy was involved in the shooting?
Only they can answer that question. I have my own opinion, but I wouldn't slander their name like they did mine. I wouldn't say things that I knew, you know what I mean? I believe so. I do believe so. I have proved things that I can say that will back up my claim, but this is not for the world to know about. You know what I mean? It's between me and him, and only he knows.
When you watch that, do you think he was basically saying he did think that Diddy was involved but didn't want to say so publicly?
Pac has suspicions of what had happened. But the saying, it's not what you know, it's what you can prove. And we've been, stuck in that position for quite some time, trying to get to a place where we can prove what actually happened.
But is your belief now that Diddy may have been involved in that first shooting?
I don't know, Pierce. I don't know. That's the investigation. None of us know. This is the best way for us to get some answers, to have an actual investigation into his murder, regardless of who was responsible or the who's that were responsible. And each incident involved multiple people, planning, coordination, and we just been trying to get to the bottom of it for a long time.
But the reason there's so much speculation raging even today is that they were big rivals and there was a genuine, very bad feud, right?
It didn't start out that way. It didn't start out as rivals. That's why it's confusing. Pac was the big dog. At one time, we had plans to work with Big. Big was on one of the first outlaw records, Running from the Police. It didn't start out that way. That's why we were all confused when Pac got touched in New York.
You must have talked to your brother about that. Did he confide in you any more thoughts about it?
He did, but you know how this game go. Until you could actually prove it, you can't hop out there and say it. So you know, Pac made it very clear of his suspicions, his instincts, and we're trying to find which direction was the right direction to go in for this investigation.
Do you believe, Mopreme, that the two shootings were absolutely linked, that the same people were behind both?
I can't say. I can't speak of any absolutes, Pierce.
No, is that your gut feeling?
I'm not sure.
Really?
I said I'm not sure.
No, I heard you. I just wondered whether that is really the case, or you're just reticent to say so.
I wasn't there at either incident, so that makes it very difficult for me to be, sure about anything. It's been 27 years, all kind of suspicions, all kind of, but until we could actually prove something, and it's hard. I'm not a cop. I'm not an investigator. So we are going to the people who know how to get these answers.
50 Cent went on stage last year and said this. Let's take a look.
I hate when they leave me to talk because I always say the wrong thing. I always say the wrong thing. Last time they left me there and said something about comfort. You saw that? Yeah! I gotta stop doing that kind of shit. I've been talking to a therapist trying to help me with the shit I'm saying. It's a crazy shit. Oh wait, maybe I said it because he got Tupac killed.
Oh, that was pretty direct there from 50 Cent.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Fifth is from, me and him actually from the same neighborhood, Southside Jamaica. He a Queens dude. We from Queens, and he's from New York. So certain people are privy to information, and we're just trying to get some confirmation on these suspicions. Everybody's got a theory, and we're wading through the theories.
Let me ask you a different way, because I think I understand why you're being cautious. I understand why you're hiding. Not hiding, but you're using the investigation as a reason.
I'm right here.
I don't mean hiding. I'll take back the word hiding, but why you're reticent again about potentially saying what is really on your mind. Because and I know, that everyone believes that Diddy was involved in both these shootings and had a direct involvement in your brother's death. That is what the streets have said for 27 years. That's why 50 Cent said it. That's why Eminem has said similar stuff. What's interesting to me about your involvement in this is that Diddy actually called you after an LA Times article in 2008 alleging he'd been involved in your brother's death. What did he say that day when he called you?
He was in town. He was in LA at the time. He was on the radio. He asked a local DJ that we all know, Big Boy, to reach out to me because he wanted to speak to me about something. This is a few years after Pac's murder, and we all were familiar with all the rumors and stuff. I said, yeah, let me talk to him. So he called me, and I had my guys with me, thug-life guys, and we heard what he had to say. He basically said he ain't had nothing to do with my brother's murder. And I told him the truth is still yet to come out, so we're going to see. Here we are 27, 28 years later. Looks like there's some doubt in that statement. So, that's, along with all the other suspicions that people have, it was time for it to be investigated.
In a statement at the time, Diddy declared, "This story is a lie," the LA Times story. "Neither I nor the late Notorious had any knowledge of any attack on Tupac before, during, or after it happened." Do you think that was an honest statement?
My opinion is that I don't believe it was a 100% honest statement. So, again, got to find out what's true and what's false, what's real and what's fake.
Do you think he was lying?
Quite possibly, and it's kind of looking that way, in my opinion.
It seems to me your opinion is that Diddy absolutely has something to do with your brother's death.
I never said that. I never said that. And this is why it needs to be looked into. A lot of people have suspicions about multiple people. Again, in both attacks.
Most people have no clue that in 2024, the best way to make money with Amazon is not with physical products. It's with Amazon's other company, Audible. Audible helped me earn another source of income.
Hit the fucking like button. Oh, that's the wrong one. That's the wrong one.
There was this whole East Coast, West Coast war. There have been books about this, documentary films about this, dramatized movies about this. Do you think we know the truth? You said your family's launched an investigation into what happened to your brother. Do you think there are still a lot of unanswered questions?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It's been an ongoing mystery for 27 years. With the arrest in Vegas, there was a break. There was an opportunity to get closer to the truth. This is ongoing business for us. My Mama Faney pursued an investigation early on, soon after his murder, at which nothing came of it. So we were left with no answers. No answers for 27 years. Now we might have an opportunity to get some answers.
The first time that Tupac was shot, where were you and how did you hear about that? And what was your feeling instinctively about who may have been behind it?
When Pac got shot the first time, I was in Atlanta. I was worried about him because he did, he rocked a lot of jewelry. We like jewelry, rocked a lot of jewelry, but New York is notoriously known for being a home with a stick-up kid. And I advised him not to, be out there like that. And so I thought that it might just have been a robbery for his possessions, and it seems like there was more to it. We also felt that Pac was safe in New York because we are from New York, and we had a lot of friends and allies there at the time that we felt would look out for Pac. So, we were quite confused.
We've got a clip of Tupac talking about potential involvement of Diddy, or Puff Daddy as he was at the time, in that shooting, that first
What's
shooting?
that word? What's that word?
I think Puffy was involved in the shooting.
Only they can answer that question. I have my own opinion, but I wouldn't slander their name like they did mine. I wouldn't say things that I knew. You know what I mean? I believe so. I do believe so. I have proof, things that I can say that will back up my claim, but this is not for the world to know about. You know what I mean? It's between me and him, and only he knows.
When you watch that, do you think he was basically saying he did think that Diddy was involved, but didn't want to say so publicly?
Pac has suspicions of what had happened. But you know the saying, it's not what you know, it's what you can prove. And we've been, you know, stuck in that position for quite some time, trying to get to a place where we can prove what actually happened.
But is your belief now that Diddy may have been involved in that first shooting?
I don't know, Pierce. I don't know. That's the investigation. None of us know. This is the best way for us to get some answers, to have an actual investigation into his murder, regardless of who was responsible or the who's that were responsible. And each incident involved multiple people, planning, coordination, and you know, we just been trying to get to the bottom of it for a long time.
But the reason there's so much speculation raging even today is that they were big rivals and there was a genuine, very bad feud, right?
It didn't start out that way. We didn't start out as rivals. That's why it's confusing. Pac was the big dog. At one time, you know, we had plans to work with Big. You know, Big was on one of the first outlaw records, Running from the Police. You know, it didn't start out that way. That's why we were all confused when Pac got touched in New York.
You must have talked to your brother about that. Did he confide in you any more thoughts about it?
He did, but you know how this game goes. Until you could actually prove it, you can't hop out there and say it. So you know, Pac made it very clear of his suspicions, his instincts, and we're trying to find which direction was the right direction to go in for this investigation.
Do you believe, Mopreme, that the two shootings were absolutely linked, that the same people were behind both?
I can't say. I can't speak of any absolutes. Yes.
No, is that your gut feeling?
I'm not sure.
Really?
I said I'm not sure.
No, I heard you. I just wondered whether that is really the case, or you're just reticent to say so.
I wasn't there at either incident, so that makes it very difficult for me to be, sure about anything. It's been 27 years, all kind of suspicions, all kind of, but until we could actually prove something, and it's hard. I'm not a cop. I'm not an investigator. So we are going to the people who know how to get these answers.
50 Cent went on stage last year and said this. Let's take a look.
I hate when they leave me to talk because I always say the wrong thing. Last time they left me there and said something about Puffy. You saw that? Yeah! I gotta stop doing that kind of shit. I've been talking to a therapist trying to help me with this shit. I said crazy. Oh, wait, maybe I said it. Because he got Tupac killed.
Oh, that was pretty direct there from 50 Cent.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Fifth is from, me and him actually from the same neighborhood, Southside Jamaica. He a Queens dude. We from Queens, and he's from New York. So certain people attribute information, and we're just trying to get some confirmation on these suspicions. Everybody's got a theory, and we're wading through the theories.
Let me ask you a different way. Because I think I understand why you're being cautious. I understand why you're hiding. Not hiding, but you're using the investigation as a reason.
I'm right here.
No, I don't mean hiding. I'll take back the word hiding, but why you're reticent again about potentially saying what is really on your mind. Because you know, and I know, that everyone believes that Diddy was involved in both these shootings and had a direct involvement in your brother's death. That is what the streets have said for 27 years. That's why 50 Cent said it. That's why Eminem has said similar stuff. What's interesting to me about your involvement in this is that Diddy actually called you after an LA Times article in 2008 alleging he'd been involved in your brother's death. What did he say that day when he called you?
He was in town. He was in LA at the time. He was on the radio. He asked a local DJ that we all know, Big Boy, to reach out to me because he wanted to speak to me about something. This is a few years after Pac's murder, and we all were familiar with all the rumors and stuff. I said, yeah, let me talk to him. So he called me, and I had my guys with me, thug-like guys, and we heard what he had to say. He basically said he ain't have nothing to do with my brother's murder. And I told him the truth is still yet to come out, so we're going to see. Here we are, 27, 28 years later. It looks like there's some doubt in that statement. So, thus, along with all the other suspicions that people had, it was time for it to be investigated.
In a statement at the time, Diddy declared, "This story is a lie," the LA Times story. "Neither I nor the late Notorious had any knowledge of any attack on Tupac before, during, or after it happened." Do you think that was a...
My opinion is that I don't believe it was a 100% honest statement. So, again, got to find out what's true and what's false, what's real and what's fake.
Do you think he was lying?
Quite possibly, and it's kind of looking that way, in my opinion.
It seems to me your opinion is that Diddy absolutely has something to do with your brother's death.
I never said that. I never said that. And this is why it needs to be looked into. A lot of people have suspicions about multiple people. Again, in both attacks involve multiple people. Both attacks involve multiple people. And it's about figuring out who's who.
Would you be comfortable saying that you believe Diddy had nothing to do with it?
No, I wouldn't be comfortable saying that because I don't know. If you look at all the theories, the theory involving him is quite high on the list.
Yeah.
So, we're going to see. Like I told him, we're going to see.
Why do you think there is so much suspicion around Diddy's involvement in Tupac's killing?
Because of the relationship, our relationship in the early days, how the relationship soured, the climate of the hip-hop world at the time, the so-called East Coast, West Coast beef. There's a whole lot of reasons. And, you know, us, my brother, our movement, we were at the top of the game, and they were right behind us. So, you know, heavy is the head that wears the crown. People always want to.
Tony Bands, what's that word?
So there's a lot of reasons to have these theories and suspicions, and they just need to be vetted and fully vetted and figure out what's what. My family is still suffering fallout from the assassination of my brother's murder. You know, which nobody really cares about us. Me, my sister, you know, my brothers, and, you know, our family. You know, we still suffer. So, you know, the struggle continues on finding out the truth.
Where were you when you heard that your brother had been killed? How did you find out?
I found out he got shot. I was at my house in California, in Palmdale. I got a call from my homie Big Sight, and he told me what had happened, and then I drove out to Vegas within hours to be with him.
Did you manage to see him before he actually died?
Yes, I got to see him before he actually passed. At the hospital in Vegas, you know, a lot of family, a lot of loved ones was there. We proceeded to set up some security around the hospital, and I left like I had my newborn daughter with me, so I had to go back home and take care of her. By the time I got back to LA, they said that he had passed away. So I thought he was going to make it. He's a strong dude, but he did not.
You've suggested before that you felt he was trying to say something to you before he died.
Yeah. He, we had been in the business together since day one. I could tell when he was really trying to express something and tell me something. His eyes were big as saucers. He had tubes in his mouth. He was all wrapped up, but he was still shaking the bed. He really wanted to tell me something, but he couldn't speak. You know. And yes, I often wonder what he was trying to tell me, but I don't know. I'm assuming it was something that had to do with the hit. But it's another one of them unanswered questions.
Have people told you directly who you think may know who they think did this?
People often want to share their suspicions and thoughts with me about it. It's a lot to think about. My brother was loved and admired and adored by many people, you know, because really the fans been begging and asking for the truth. The fans want these answers as well. And my brother was quite prolific. He dealt with a lot of different people. He talked to people across all lanes of, you know, all occupations, different kinds of artists. He touched a lot of people. He knew a lot of people. So a lot of people had a lot of theories. He also pissed a lot of people off. I'm not denying that, but you know.
How did you feel about the arrest of Dwayne Davis last year?
I felt I was shocked that there was arrest after 27 years. I was real curious why now. Why only him? There's a lot of questions I had. Which a lot of it didn't make a lot of sense to me. Being that it had been so long and these individuals had been known about for quite some time, so I was quite confused. This is out of Las Vegas PD. I hadn't heard from them. I don't think anybody from the family really heard from them and hadn't heard from them in years. So, there's some factors moving things that we didn't know about. So there's a lot of curiosity.
The KVD has alleged that Diddy orchestrated and paid $1 million for the assassination of your brother. He's made that allegation in a book, in social media interviews, in a secret police interview with the LAPD. What do you make of that?
I've heard all these things too. And now it has to be determined what's true, what's not, what's exaggeration, what's hyperbole, what's what's what, and who all was involved. Because he's the only one sitting in jail right now. By all accounts, New York and Las Vegas, groups of people were involved. 3 or more in each case. So, what about everybody else?
Diddy's longtime West Coast sparring partner, Suge Knight, tweeted from jail, "Justice for Tupac is coming, Keefy D and now Diddy." That was pretty unambiguous.
Yeah, like I said, Pierce, it's not what you know, it's what you can prove. So that's the point where we're at right now. A lot of people think it's him. A lot of people have other theories, and it all has to be vetted. This is 27, 28 years of rumors as well. You know what I mean? So hopefully we'll get some justice.
It's believed that your family believe that Keefy D's nephew, Orlando Anderson, who's now dead, actually pulled the trigger to kill Diddy. That Keefy D acquired the gun, Orlando shot it, and that Diddy ordered the hit. That is the I believe the belief from your family. Is that an accurate assessment of where you all think the main suspicion should lie?
That's the theory. And if that's the theory, other moves should have been made legally before by law enforcement, which were not. This is if Keith was in the car, why wasn't he arrested then? So I'm not a cop. I'm not a detective, investigator. We just, unless I see it with my own eyes, it's hard to say. So that was a theory, and it was pursued legally, and I think Mama Fanny lost in court. So what's that telling us? That she's wrong? And if she's wrong, we're left with no answers. Until 27 years later, here's another opportunity to possibly get some answers.
Diddy himself appeared on the Breakfast Club Power in April 2016 with Charlemagne the God, who asked him about a documentary that alleged he was involved in Tupac's murder. I think we've got a clip of this.
Now, it was this documentary that claimed, which we know wasn't true.
Yeah, check this out. We don't talk about things that are nonsense. We don't even entertain nonsense, my brother. So we're not even going to even go there, with all due respect. But I appreciate you as a journalist asking. Thank you.
But you listen, 7 years ago, I'd have been like, yo, you hire somebody to kill about. But no, you have to do it like a journalist.
Yeah. No, I mean, we wouldn't even get into nonsense like that. You know what I'm saying? It's nonsense.
Which you never believed, by the way.
Yeah, thank you.
Do you think it's nonsense?
Yo, we gonna see. Just like I told him, we gonna see. People say a lot of things that are often not true, or often deception, or often designed to throw people off the trail. So we gonna see. I'm not saying nothing until this investigation is over, and then we'll see what it is. But everybody knows the suspicions. Everybody knows the theories. He can say that all he wants to, but people, especially now, are thinking that it might be possible. We're going to see.
I get the feeling quite strongly that you don't believe Diddy when he's denied any involvement to you. I don't think you believe him when he says it's nonsense on the Breakfast Club interview, or when he issued that statement about the LA Times article. I don't think you believe a word of it. And I think that part of you, and correct me if I'm wrong, now that Diddy is in a prison cell and is facing the full arm of the law on very serious charges, that may be the catalyst for why you as a family have decided to really up the legal ante now. Would that be an accurate assessment of where we are?
No, we have nothing to do with his current situation with the sex trafficking. I have nothing to do with none of that. Our issues were prior to that. The fact is, KVD dude got arrested. He's a known associate of Combs. That's just the fact.
Who the fuck you think CEE-HOOD is? The fuck you mean? Who is CEE-HOOD, nigga?
Right.
Who the fuck is you, nigga?
Well, exactly. That's really the point, isn't it? But
it ain't our fault, you know.
If a known associate of Sean Combs has been arrested and is facing charges of first-degree murder, that would suggest that Diddy was involved, wouldn't it?
That would suggest that it should be investigated.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That suggests that it should be looked into, along with all the other theories. You know.
Would you say it's the most likely theory, Mopreme? Of all the theories you've heard?
Most likely, between a few theories, it's high on the list.
And how do you think you're going to get to the truth? I know you've hired a lawyer, Alex Spiro, very well-known, aggressive lawyer. Is this part of a concerted effort now to actually get to the truth? And how do you think that will emerge?
Yes, this is a concerted effort to get to the truth of my brother's murder, wherever it may lead. Wherever it may lead, you know what they say, innocent until proven guilty. Okay, so we're at that point trying to prove things, trying to prove our theories, either prove them or disprove them, and stop them from cluttering the information pool.
But why make the move this week?
That's what's so interesting. We announced, Quinn Emanuel announced a few months ago that's why it's interesting that it's resurfacing. I guess it's because of Combs' current situation, but that relationship been there for 20 years with Keith. So you know, it's not new. Since the arrest, you know, like I said, since the arrest, it's given us the opportunity to pursue the truth and answers.
What's your view of P. Diddy, of Sean Combs? What do you think of him personally?
I don't. I don't. Until recently, it's just a shame. It's just a shame. The brother obviously has some skills and some talent, but when my brother passed away, it seems like he got a whole bunch of power, like absolute power, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. So we gonna see. We gonna see.
Do you think he either is or became a bad person?
Is it? See, I don't have too much.
For sure. Get the likes up, man. Hit the like button, man. Hit the motherfucking like button.
I knew Biggie personally, you know what I mean? And his interactions with them and other people was the only way I can really judge him, and by our conversation. And you know, I don't think the best of the dude, but I don't have no proof. So we're gonna see.
If he happens to watch this interview, what's your message to Sean Combs, to Diddy?
Same thing it was, 20 years ago. You know, we gonna see. We gonna see. Because he reached out to me personally to, you know, give his denial or his position. And, you know, things look different at this point. So we're gonna see.
You don't believe those denials, do you, Mopreme?
I have my doubts. I have my doubts.
If he did order this hit on your brother, and he's now sitting in that prison cell, would you urge him to come clean?
I don't think that he will. I wouldn't urge him to come clean because I don't think that he will. But if the proof is there, that'll satisfy me. If we find the truth, the proof, that'll satisfy me, because I don't expect he will quote unquote come clean.
But if he did feel that way inclined, would you like him, to be honest?
That would be great. That would be great. That would be great to put a lot of things to rest, explain the reasoning. Was it fear? Was it, you know, money? Was it business? It could be all types of reasons, but it would be good. It would be good to know.
Mopreme, it's been a fascinating interview. I completely understand why you are careful in the way you answer these questions. But I also think any viewer that's watched this for the last 30-odd minutes will draw the same conclusion that I did, which is that you absolutely believe Diddy has something to do with your brother's murder, and you want the truth to prevail.
You said it, not me, Pierce. That's your opinion, and I must be very careful. You know, this is a sensitive topic, sensitive subject, and I wanted your audience and my fans across the pond to have some quality information. A lot of people love, respect, and care for my brother and for us as Shakurs. We are an international family. We, you know, we've influenced people around the world. And Pac wasn't a throwaway. You know, Pac wasn't expendable. He was important. He was special. You know, he's the greatest of all time. Even if you had issues or problems with him, he didn't deserve that. So we will stay in pursuit of the truth.
Do you fear Diddy and what he is capable of, even if he's in a prison cell?
Me?
Yeah.
No. I mean, I ain't Superman and shit. Excuse my French, but I'm thug life, outlaw, immortal. I'm from Southside Jamaica, Queens. I got a lot. I don't. I try to stay in my lane. I try to stay respectful. Try to stay humble. But you know, people they know me. People know me. They know what it is.
Mopreme, fascinating to talk to you. Thank you very much indeed for your time.
You as well, Mr. Morgan. Much love to my people over there in England, London.
And well, very good accent. And I hope we get to the truth about what happened to your brother, because he's an absolute icon in music history, and what happened to him matters. It's a piece of history. So I hope that you, as a family,
Damn, that's Mikael Pfeiffer from Paid in Full.
Have been raising.
Thank you.
Same nigga from Soul Food. We heard Suge Knight say that shit.
Looking for a broker that can match
They said Obama mad at the black man
second best. Discover an elevated trading
because they won't vote for
the
Kamala
#1
Harris.
in the US, and unlock the tools, platforms,
What's to
and
that
data
shit?
you need to realize your potential. 80+ FX pairs. Superior.
Are you into politics?
Yes.
Kamala, how you feel about her?
I'm not fucking with her. her, and the fucking and the Ganges she wrote in on. God damn it. She's insulting to black people. First of all, she's not black. Okay? And when I say black, I mean like a foundational black American, somebody that grew up with black American culture. Okay? She does not understand us, regardless if she went to Howard and became an AKA. You know, plenty of white people go to Howard, Chinese people. You don't have to be black to go to a fucking HBCU, and that does not make you black. Her circle of friends was not black. She's being disingenuous by even calling herself Kamala Harris. Her last name is Emhoff, okay? She's married to a man named Emhoff, okay? That's her last name. Why are you not leading with that? I'll tell you why. Because you want to fucking pretend that you're black to get the black vote, okay? I knew what they were going to do with her the minute they brought her in. I said, oh, they brought a female Obama in. She looks like Obama. You know, she got the same phonetics Obama, Kamala. Like, it's the same. They tried to do the same shit, but she fell short because she's not the same type of orator that this guy is. She's a diggy broad. She cackles all the fucking time. She lies. She doesn't answer a fucking question. Not once in that debate did she answer anything that was asked of her. So she thinks that we are stupid and that we are just going to vote for her off of identity politics. I'm sorry, sir, but we know that women are emotional by nature. Like, let's just keep it real. All of this trying to make history and all of this type of shit is some bullshit. We don't need a woman. When's the last time you had a beef where you saw a gang of dudes going into war and they had a woman in the front leading them? That's retarded, and you wouldn't want to see it You wouldn't want to be a part of that group. You would, you know what I mean? You're like, why is she in the front? That makes no fucking sense. This woman, to me, is not qualified to run, a Dunkin' Donuts or a 7-Eleven, let alone the corporation that we call the United States of America. People want to act like Trump is the worst motherfucker in the world, but guess what? He was already president, and all this shit you're talking about didn't happen. He didn't make himself a dictator, and this whole shit about he's going to make himself a dictator is really taken so out of context that it's ridiculous. He said he'd make himself a dictator on the first day, to implement some shit, and then, but that was, trust me, said tongue-in-cheek. It was not said seriously. Y'all already living in Project 2024. Okay, you worried about Project 2025, where they already ran Project 2020 on you with the scandemic and all that bullshit. Like, what the f*** are y'all really talking about? Y'all trying to act like, scare me into thinking that he's so bad that I should just vote for this broad just because. But guess what? I feel that she's so bad. She's the one that scares me. So I feel that she's so bad that guess what? I might just go around and vote for Trump. And this is my first time saying this out loud. But y'all motherfuckers think you're gonna shame somebody or bully him into voting for this bitch? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And now you're gonna make me be Mr. Anti. You keep coming at me with this bullshit. You keep coming at me talking about, oh, it's a shame that you're not supporting a black woman, and she's not black. She's Indian. She ain't black. Got it. Yeah, listen, I don't give a trust me, the sentiment on the street, in the real world, is a lot of people are not f***ing with this woman. They see right through her. And they try to blame it on black men, but no, I see a lot of black women that are not f***ing with her neither. Okay? Like, we see what is going on. Listen, they kept her in the background this whole time for a reason. They knew they was going to do this. That's why her whole vice president, you didn't hear about Kamala Harris doing nothing, saying nothing. Anything that she did was on the low. But here's one of the things she did on the low. She just made the deciding vote that helped put us in the fucking inflation that we're in right now. This economic crisis that we're in right now, she did that. Specifically, had the swaying vote, and this is where we're at right now. The shit that just happened with Israel and Iran and all that yesterday. Do you really think that she's going to know how to handle some shit like that? Like, let's keep it real. A nigga like Trump, first of all, there was no wars when Trump was the president. How about that? There was no wars going on while Trump was president. This motherfucker was doing gangster shit to niggas like in the Taliban, showing them pictures of the fucking house from a satellite, or a satelloon anyway, and giving a picture of his crib and then just walking out. Like, motherfuckers, if you touch a hair on an American's head, we're gonna bomb the shit out of your crib. For 18 months after that, no American was touched. Like, that's not no gangster shit that broads know how to do. Even if a dude told the broad to do that, she's not gonna know how to implement it correctly. She's not gonna know how to implement it correctly. Dude be like, yo, just take this picture and then just walk out. She gonna flub the whole shit. Cause that's not what they do.
How you feel about her saying that she watches some collard greens in a bathtub?
This is her, again, being disingenuous. First of all, black people don't wash no damn greens in no tub. You dirty ass dog. How unsanitary are you to be washing collard greens in a tub and thinking that makes you more relatable? See, that's how out of touch she is. How stupid she is. She thought she was giving a relatable story to make her seem black. Okay. Oh, they want me to cut their collard greens. They bring me all their collard greens in the neighborhood. I sent so many greens. I had to wash them in the tub. You know? Just like she was in the better thank you, union member. Better thank you, union member. You know, she talking all black, but then when she get in front of the Spanish people, they said, I love you, Kamala. She said, I love you too. I love you too. Then when she gets in front of the white people, you know, you better thank your union member for everything that you have because, you know, union members are very, you know, they're part of the economy. Like, who are you? Who are you? Trump is always Trump. I don't give a if you like him or not, he's always him. If he says he's gonna say some arrogant yup. He's gonna say some arrogant Sometimes he says some off the cuff. Yup. He does do that. But this motherfucker is a smart businessman, and I hate the people that say, oh, he's been bankrupt this many times. That's what smart businessmen do. First of all companies are not made to last. Some companies are made to be disposable. But y'all don't know that because you're not business people like that. You don't know, first of all, and people that are successful, you know how many failures they've had in order to be successful? Like, all your failures prep you for your success. Like, how are you going to say this man's a failure and he became the president of the United States after having bankruptcies and all this type of shit? Like, no. That's what I call resilience. Okay? That's what I call resiliency. Somebody that doesn't take no for an answer, you know, despite seeming like the cloud is over you, they still find a silver lining and know how to spin that shit in order to bounce back like a fucking G. That's the type of fucking we need in a fucking leader of this fucking country. Not this cackling broad who's gonna fucking laugh, you know, at the wrong fucking shit, or you know, something is visibly. She has no poker face. Like she'd be in there with heads of state and be you know, you know, just like a dilly broad would do. I'm sorry, you know, girls like her might be fun to knock off and shit like that, but as far as leading some shit, she can't lead nothing for me. She can't lead it, you know. I wouldn't let her lead the blinds. Like, I'm not fucking with her. Yeah. I'm not fucking with her, and yeah, I'm a registered independent. If it was up to me, we as black people would hold our vote until we got some tangibles. You understand what I'm saying? Until one of these candidates out here, I don't Democrat, Republican, I don't give a give us something tangible, because you know the LGHDTV people get tangible things. She won't even say when asked about being black and all that, she won't even come out and really say if she is black. Y'all are adopting her as black, but she won't even say it. But what she will do is say she has an unwavering support for Israel. She will say that. She will come out and say that, you know, these LGHDTV people that are locked up in jail should be able to get the surgery in jail. They should be able to transition and all that type of transform at the taxpayer's expense while they're in jail. And she's also affording that privilege to immigrants who get locked up in jail. Oh yeah, illegal immigrants, you can get a sex change too. You get a sex change, you get a sex change, and you get a sex change. She's the Oprah of sex changes. That woman.
You do know she came out a few weeks ago, right? She did an interview with All the Smoke, and she doubled down that, you know, Tupac is her favorite rapper from the Bay. Tupac and Too Short.
That she listened to in college, and Tupac wasn't even out yet. She said she listened to Tupac in college, and Tupac wasn't even out when she was in college. You lying? You think we're so stupid you don't even fact check your own self. Another thing, she's on record saying when asked about giving black people reparations, she said, no, I'm not going to do anything that specifically benefits black people. No. That's what she said. Okay? And then we called her out on having an earpiece in during the debate. My man caught it. Shout out to my man Jamar Milton, because he's on the text. So he's like, oh, she got on the Nova H1s. He put up a video. Later that day, they had all these disclaimers saying that, no, she wasn't wearing those earrings, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. They were saying that she wasn't wearing the earrings with the headphones. Fast forward, a clip comes out where she's talking to somebody about a recipe or something, and all of a sudden, they're talking to her in those same earrings that they said she wasn't wearing. And she's literally responding to them. She's like, hang on. She's like, they're talking to me. She's like, I'm doing a recipe. Is that okay? Can I still talk to that, Rob? All right, cool. Like, then they got clips of her where, like, she doesn't deviate her speeches not a lick. Like, that Nick Obama, one thing he could do was speak. He was a good orator. That's why he pulled people in.
We got a few injury updates. There's a couple of Chicago Bulls players that have gone down to injury over the last couple of days. With the preseason game going down.
I watch sports too. Not all gossip.
Kamala Harris opened America's borders to 1.4 million plus illegal immigrants. Georgia is filling up, but your vote in Georgia can put a stop.
Joining me now is Xavier DeRousseau, a former BLM activist, and Anton Daniels, a YouTuber, content creator. Xavier, let's start with you. You say you were personally, after watching them, offended by Obama's comments?
Absolutely. I mean, first of all, Obama's not as talented of a liar as he used to be, but quite frankly, my ancestors fought way too hard for me to have the ability to learn how to read, just for Obama to expect me to be so uneducated to think that I would vote for Kamala Harris simply because she claims to be a black woman. And I mean, if people want to stop having Kamala Harris be called a DEI hire, maybe he should stop trying to remind us of her demographic every 5 minutes. Black men not supporting Kamala has nothing to do with her being a woman. It has everything to do with her lack of accomplishments over the last 1,359 days.
Well, Anton, I'm watching this, and I'm thinking to myself, the shtick is kind of worn thin with Obama, you know? How you doing, Pittsburgh? You know, that whole, it just seems very 2002 or 3, I mean, 2008, I should say. Right? It doesn't quite have the same appeal as megastar-ish as he is.
You know, it's a Hail Mary pass, considering that we did vote him in based off of identity politics. And I'm not saying that all is bad, because he did do some things that I didn't necessarily disagree with that Trump absolutely did better than him. But at the same time, I felt that it was incredibly disrespectful, because he's making the assumption that we're not educated enough to lead our families, to look at the policies, to understand exactly what's going on with immigration, and we're supposed to overlook everything that they did over the last 3.5 years that was not in our favor. And when I say our, I'm talking about the American people, let alone men, let alone black men, and we're supposed to vote for her because of some misogynistic reason that's made up. And instead, we've learned how to educate ourselves, and now they've sent their Messiah back to rein us in and bring us back into the Democratic plantation. And most men that I've spoken with have said that it's absolutely disrespectful, and we're done with Obama.
Well, Xavier, again, when he says, "You're lucky Michelle's not here," he does. What is that supposed to mean? I mean, I guess it's supposed to be funny because she'll scold them in a more convincing or scarier fashion. It's kind of treating young black men as children, almost.
Oh,
like
for
you're
sure,
children,
for
and
sure.
mommy's coming
Appreciate
back,
you,
and mommy's
appreciate you.
gonna chastise you, and you're going to get punished. But you're supposed to vote against your own economic interests to make Michelle and Barack happy and their 4 mansions?
It's absolutely degrading, and black men are sick of being reduced to being expected to think with our skin color. We have seen how terrible the Obama, Biden, Harris trilogy has been for our country. It has completely demoralized our country, and quite frankly, Obama has no credibility because this is the same man who heavily endorsed Joe Biden, and we all can feel in our pockets, and we can see it for sure at our border, just how terrible the Biden-Harris administration has been for our country. And Obama admitted himself back in an interview with Steve Colbert that if he could, he would run our country from an earpiece down in the basement. And it wouldn't surprise me if that's exactly what he's doing.
Now, Xavier, Anton, the media are really pushing Obama to be the, rescue agent for Kamala's campaign. Watch this.
Barack Obama, with joy and with humor, is able to sort of get through to an audience that it's not okay to lie. It's not okay to sell the
Hey,
presidency.
Thomas,
It's
you
not
wild
okay
as
to
hell.
be a narcissist and to have the reins of the presidency.
Anton, so Kamala's joy campaign isn't really working. So Obama's going to come in, and again, you're supposed to make less money in real terms and be happy with it to make Obama and like MSNBC happy? I don't understand this argument.
They took the same blueprint that got Obama elected, and he was a first for us, right? So our grandparents and our parents and things like that wanted to see this happen, but they were largely voting out of ignorance and voluntary ignorance because they only wanted that identity politics in order to push him through into the presidency. But admittedly, where he was charismatic, she isn't. And so we can see through her. She's a chameleon. When they unleashed her and they allowed for her to be able to take reporters' questions and things like that, it showed that she was completely incompetent. And frankly, not only do we feel disrespected, but I'm uncomfortable with Obama standing in front of us trying to scold us and then divert our attention away from the things that's really meaningful, especially for our families. I'm not comfortable with him. I don't want to hear any more messages of hope. I don't want to hear any more messages of joy. I can feel it with my pocketbooks. My friends can feel it with their pocketbooks. And we're ready for him to get out of our way.
I mean, Xavier, I saw something on YouTube. I think it was yesterday, or maybe it was Instagram. But it was a young man, African American, and he was talking about the price of food. And I think he was at some fast food place. I can't remember what. I think it might have been McDonald's. But just the nuts and bolts, when you go through just what a Happy Meal costs, the differential in simple things that families like to treat themselves to, that's shocking. Like in Obama, that doesn't affect him. It doesn't affect Hillary. It doesn't affect Trump. But Trump somehow has that ability to say, that's not acceptable in America. But they think Obama's charm is going to override daily life for people. The charm offensive from him. It's not 2008 anymore longer.
I can't emphasize enough that being a young black voter, it feels like the Democrats are constantly trying to gaslight me about my own reality. I know how expensive food is. I know how expensive gas is. And I know how many illegal immigrants are running around in Los Angeles. We are sick and tired of being expected to feel good with Barack Obama, or now they're trying to put the ovarian version of Barack Obama up there and tell us that she is talented. She is absolutely not talented. And on behalf of black men, it's not that we're opposed to having a female president, because Miss Ingram, I would love to vote for you if you ever decide to run.
Only if you guys are in my cabinet. That's the only way I'm going to do it. Xavier and Anton, thanks for spending time with us.
That's right. Put the black man in the cabinet and let the white man be the front runner.
You won't get it anywhere else.
Faces. No, not that one.
Is Obama in the wrong? Is Obama in the wrong here with how he's talking about black men in particular and singling them out in this way?
Yeah, let's start from here. He is still the greatest living retail politician.
That's a white man.
He's
How he gonna
objectively
answer
a
the
top
question?
15 president, but even he can swing and miss sometimes. And
Now,
here
ain't
he
that a
swung
white man?
and missed. Here's what he did. Harris has been very strategic about when and how she's spoken about gender and
That's a
race.
white man.
And he stepped on that, and when she hasn't spoken about it, he stepped on that message. And I think also with
That
those
boy
comments,
white,
and
man.
there's more to this, but let me just start with this, is that he forgets, at least in that moment,
He
that
Italian
she
or
doesn't
something.
get the benefit of being a historic first the way he did. She's a historic first woman.
I'm white. That's an insult.
That's what he's saying.
That's black.
Why doesn't she get the benefit?
The rest of them people is black.
This is a thing. Like, Barack
Black.
Obama has a history of kind of chastising specifically black men, and like the question is whether what he said is relevant, right? Because there are a few black men, like there are a few white men who are more conservative than black women, and more white men are conservative than white women. But the point is, does this work, right? And there's no evidence that it's true or that it works, and he doesn't do that with, like, you've never heard him say, why don't you white women stop being racist and vote for me or Kamala Harris, or they don't talk to Hispanic voters or LGBTQ voters. It's only specifically black men that he takes this tact that doesn't work.
Why do you think that is?
Because you know why.
No,
Because
tell me.
the second most loyal, the most progressive group of men on the planet, they don't care about. They assume that they have their vote and they don't have to do anything for it. And the point of this is that if you don't vote for Kamala Harris and you're a black man, something must be wrong with you. That is the subtext of everything that they're saying.
Well, this is what I would say to this, because I was there when the NABJ interviewed Kamala Harris in Philadelphia, and what Kamala Harris said then.
Just because I eat chicken doesn't mean I'm black.
Black men are in somebody's pocket. You
Face
can't make that
ass.
assumption. Black men are just like any other group. They have their interests, and I'm working to get their vote. I don't expect to get it because I am black. I am working to get their vote, and that is what she said. And so I think we have to focus on what she said about black men, and I think we also have to focus on the fact that most black men are going to vote for Kamala Harris anyway. That is the reality. But I think that in talking to black people every day, which I do as a radio host, I've heard
Facts.
some black men say, I'm not voting for her because she is a woman. I've heard that. And I think that is reprehensible. I got to be honest.
So he's heard it. I mean, are we...
Sending gift cards in bulk can be a nightmare. But what if it could be tremendous?
When I say we, I mean the collective we as the country, afraid to just talk about a thing.
I think
is Obama saying,
but if he's
calling
calling
a thing
Barack Obama to fix a problem, you have to wonder if this fixes a problem. If I am interested in getting Kamala Harris elected, then I am upset because he hurt the thing, the strategy that she was employing to win.
Well, I think part of what has to happen, though, is that you have to have that conversation in private. There are some things you talk about in the barbershop when there's no cameras, right? There's some things that you talk about at home. There's some things that are family business, and I think the mistake that Barack Obama made was to take family business in the street.
Shaming voters is a terrible idea. It was bad when Hillary Clinton did it with deplorables. It was bad when Mitt Romney did it on the eve of the election. Even if there's a grain of truth to it and there is the occasional radio caller that's going to admit to that sentiment, let's actually look at the fact that Biden was struggling with black voters, and that was a topic of conversation over and over again. So it's not about sexism.
Hold on 1 second. Let me take a look at this. Let's take a look at the numbers, because I think just to see what we're talking about here, there's been a progressive decline in overall support among black men and, to a lesser degree, black women for the Democratic nominee. Biden was doing better among black men than Harris appears to be right now, based on some of the better polling that looks at these demographics. So I guess the other part of this is, you're talking about keep the business private. You're saying he's messing up the strategy, but the numbers are the numbers. And he's trying to fix a numerical problem that she has, a math problem that she has.
I agree with what you were saying, Solomon. I don't think the problem is that he spoke it out loud. I think the problem is that he singled out black men. In other words, there is a sexism component to this race. There was a sexism component to the Hillary Clinton-Donald Trump race. Right? If Trump wins, he will have only ever beaten women. I can't give you a number, but sexism is in the mix here. But it's not black men specifically. I think it's men, not black men. And that, I think, is part of where Obama went wrong.
And I think we also have to look at numbers and actual statistics, right? Because all of those reliable polling has a small demographic of black men. You're talking about most of them poll at most 40, 50 black men, right?
Well, I don't think in this particular case, just to be clear about what we were looking at there, the exit polls were from the actual elections that we had, and then the Pew polling, Pew looks more closely at specific demographics, and they do that in a way that we, as a news organization, deem to be a reliable way of looking at this. Not every poll is reliable, but we think this one is.
And when you remember now, we had the same conversation 2 years ago about Stacey Abrams. Why don't black men support Stacey Abrams? And after the election was over, we saw the numbers, and black men in Georgia, where I live, supported Stacey Abrams at higher rates than they supported Biden. So we have this narrative, and then you have the truth, and you have this conjecture.
But the candidates are speaking with their actions. Kamala Harris next week is sitting down with Charlemagne the God to talk to black men. They're being explicit about it. Right. So let me play for you what happened on Charlemagne's show yesterday when they were talking about a call that they had received
Go, black
from
girl.
a black man in Florida. This was kind of in the context of the storms, but they played the call. Listen.
It don't matter what they is, Democrat, Republican, they all treason, man. They all about money, bro. None of these people care about American people, bro. This shit hurt, bro. This shit hurt, bro. People wake up every day just want to live their life, bro. And you got these greedy snakes, man. You got these greedy snakes. Call themselves government service people, bro. And they don't give a damn.
And the thing about that call was that, they said it's kind of representative of what they hear often on that show, which is why she's going there.
Well, I think that you have people who are angry. I think that you have people who are planted. I think that you have people who are sent to troll. I think that you have people who are sent with a specific message to deliver to black people. And you see it online. I hear it on the radio. I see it on social media. I see it on our Facebook feed as we're doing our show. And so I think some of that is real, and I think some of it is manufactured. I think some of it is performative. But I do think that there are black men at two ends of the spectrum. There's the old black man that's going to say, well, I'm not going to vote for a woman because the Bible says men should be in charge, right? There's that guy. But then there's the young black man who only gets his news from social media and nowhere else. And so he's not watching us. He's not listening. He's not reading me or Michael. He's not reading David. He's not doing any of that. His news comes from social media. And so he has a specific point of view and is likely to believe conspiracy theories. The question is, do people who vote, are they on social media or are they on Social Security? I think they're on Social Security.
Well, I think that the problem is that no one's disputing that this government in this country doesn't treat that they treat black men okay, or that we don't have a gripe with either party, right? Because if you talk to black people privately, they will have a gripe with the Democratic Party. The point is, how do you fix it? And why don't you approach that solution the same way you approach the solution with white people and white women who don't vote Democratic, the white men who don't vote Democratic, the Hispanics who don't vote? Why do you take the specific tact for one demographic and not the entire political strategy that you use for everyone else?
I think the answer is what you said a minute ago, which is that Democrats have to get out of the habit of taking the black vote for granted. Yeah, Trump got 19% of black men, 12% of black people last time around. Like, it's going to be a bigger number this time. Adapt to that. Don't just assume.
I think we're talking a lot about race, but in many ways, gender is the key variable here, because even if you look at white people, the Republican Party has been getting a higher and higher share of the male vote. The parties have become more gendered overall, and it's true of Hispanics. So what we're seeing among black people is similar to the trends we're seeing among other races. So that's the key question: is why aren't the parties getting more gendered?
Well, I think the AP did a poll last month, in the middle of the month, and what they found was that the overwhelming majority of black voters, whether they are male or female, favored Kamala Harris over Donald Trump. They had a positive view of her, they had a negative view of him, and there wasn't much difference between men and women. So I think that when we're talking about this, we're talking about people who are loud and wrong. I think that's what's happening, is that we hear these voices, they're very loud, and we think that there are more of them than there are. We'll see when the election happens.
There are 28 days until Election Day, and last night, CBS aired its 60 Minutes interview with Kamala Harris. Now, the program has interviewed the candidates in every presidential election dating back to 1960.
You get a lot of shit on here. We don't just talk about certain things.
New Lego Star Wars.
May 5th, the trial
New
date.
Lego Star Wars sets. Save the galaxy. Or no. Choose the light side. Choose the dark side. Sets sold separate.
The music mogul is facing federal charges of racketeering and sex trafficking. Combs has been in a New York City jail since last month when his request for bond was denied twice. ABC News legal contributor, trial attorney Brian Buckmeyer joins me now for more on this. Brian, what can we expect to happen in court?
So they and court were expecting the parties with their new attorneys to be there to make the arguments not only that Sean Combs should be released, arguing that the bail was denied inappropriately in the past, but also just a scheduling of the case. They're looking to move forward in this case by saying what evidence the defense is likely to receive, what, if any, motions should be filed in the coming days. It's basically an opportunity for both parties to kind of get the ball rolling towards an inevitable trial.
Brian, Combs also hired a new defense attorney. What more do you know about him?
Yeah, so Anthony, or Tony Rico, as many people know him, is kind of like the godfather of federal defense, both in terms of his death penalty work. I think he's done over 50 death penalty cases across the country, as well as being well known as a Harlem native and working in the Southern District of New York. To give you some context, I'll say this. I probably would say that I'm a fairly decent defense attorney. I have a pretty decent record when it comes to trials and whatnot. The people that I look up to as being great defense attorneys, they look up to Tony Rico as being great themselves. And so he's at a different level, I think, when it comes to defense. I'm not saying that just because he's on the team, Sean Combs is going to be found not guilty, but this is probably one of the strongest people to be able to defend him in a case like this.
And Brian, last week a Texas attorney said he's representing 120 alleged victims, both men and women, who claim Combs sexually assaulted them. So how could these lawsuits impact the criminal case?
So Tony Busby, the attorney you were talking about, brought those cases, and he said that I think over 3,000 people had reached out to him, but he's only representing 120. He himself says that a number of those cases need to be vetted. So I think what we're going to see is those claims get vetted. We'll see what is strong, what is not, and what is not a claim in of itself altogether. But if those sources, if those alleged victims do have strong corroborating information or new facts, we could potentially see more witnesses in a federal case, other federal cases across the country, as Tony Busby says, that these claims come out of Georgia and Florida and other states. But we could also see potentially a superseding indictment where there be more charges and more alleged victims in the Sean Combs case out of the Southern District of New York.
All right, Brian Buckmeyer, thank you. And be sure to watch The Secret Life of Diddy, a special edition of 2020 tonight, 10 p.m. Eastern on ABC and streaming on Hulu tomorrow.
I mean, it's crazy to think about it. Like, it used to cost millions to advertise on TV, and now, because of streaming...
Step into the future of content creation with Atua AI, a platform where artificial intelligence and blockchain come together to unlock new creative possibilities. Create an account in minutes and start generating text, images, or code tailored to specific needs. using advanced AI. Secure creations as NFTs on the blockchain and connect with a community of innovators. Visit Atwa.ai now to experience a new era of creativity driven by AI.
Click the link at the top line of the description box to get started now. Don't wait. Alright, ironically, I was actually watching the video the other day and it popped up. I like to watch the arrest videos and all different videos. And the video popped up years ago, Charleston White being arrested at that point in time. And today, a few days later, after me watching that video, he was actually arrested. That's right, Charleston White was arrested for assault with a deadly weapon and cruelty to 9 livestock animals in Texas. Now, Tarrant County records note that the cruelty charge was for killing, allegedly killing, poisoning, or causing serious bodily injury to an animal without the owner's consent. Now, I mean, without knowing kind of the full story, it could be a lot of context. It could be a lot of context to this particular story. Now, Charles, we know, you know Charleston White. Some people love him, some people hate him, but nevertheless, he makes noise on the internet, coming out, disrespecting the dead, doing whatever he has to, to get somebody to click, and watch his videos. So, look, I always gave my thought about him when I seen that arrest video years before he was even famous. It kind of made me understand a little bit. Like, the dude, he even told you, like, he's literally in character, right? I'm not saying that I agree with the tactics and stuff that he uses, but he feels like he may even be smarter than most of you because he uses this as entertainment. It feels like it's an entertainment industry. I'm going to entertain to make bread, to make money. And, look, you can do it, you can feel however you want to feel about it. I'm not here to judge him on that particular topic today. I'm just talking about, his arrest. I don't hate the guy. I think the guy's funny at times. And a lot of times the guy makes sense. I don't agree with the way he gets to, his end result. But hey, we two different men. He might not agree with stuff that I got to do. But nevertheless, he wasn't.
When I first joined Honeybook, I was roughly making $1,500 a month.
I created a community with ticket resellers. Hi, I'm AP The Plug, a successful ticket reseller. I've helped several people start their own online ticket business. Now I'm offering you access to our exclusive membership program, complete with resources, tools, and coaching to help you succeed. With our program, you can earn extra income, enjoy a flexible schedule.
When I first joined Honeybook, I was roughly making $1,500 a month. Fast forward to today, my marketing agency is making $40K a month. Honeybook has helped me scale my agency by taking care of invoicing, contracts, proposals, and so much more.
Oh, for sure, for sure. For sure. God damn. This is the longest commercial ever. This is the longest commercial ever. Talking about scamming is a habit. Y'all crazy, man. Hit the like button for me. Hit the like button for me, man. Howdy. What's up, Shawty? What's up, Shawty? What's up, little mama? What's up, little mama? Mm-hmm. What else going on down here?
Miss Arkansas, really close to Memphis, Tennessee, right across the bridge. And down here in Mississippi, there's what's been glamorized as P-Valley in the series. And I would have pimps transporting dancers and prostitutes across these state lines, so we'd get RICO, not RICO, but Mann Act charges against them. The Mann Act was designed to catch Jack Johnson, a black heavyweight champion of the world before World War I that could not be defeated by any great white hope. Jack Johnson had a white wife, and she had some friend girls that would travel around with her, and particularly in the South, a lot of white people found that very offensive. So they set up the FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, to develop a proposed law that became known as the Mann Act, and that was designed to get Jack Johnson. Now understand, this was this man's lawful wife, but he was riding on a train across the corner of Georgia, let's say, on the way to a seaport and on the way to Europe. And because they weren't armed at the time, the FBI was accompanied by local law enforcement officers. And in Georgia, let's just say that 100 some years ago, they did not recognize interracial marriage. So Jack Johnson was arrested for transporting a woman, his wife, across interstate lines for illicit purposes. So there is no money necessity involved in this, but it is known as the Mann Act. I'm looking at the 14-page indictment right now, and it doesn't say Mann Act anywhere in there, where usually it would. It mentions the Federal Code section. I'm looking at the rest of the 14 pages, and I find it absolutely extraordinary because there are only 3 counts to this indictment. And ordinarily, in my experience, an indictment like this would read, between the dates of 2009 up until the return of the indictment, the defendant did unlawfully transport females across state lines for illicit purposes, and they'd leave it at that. You would be guessing what they were talking about. You'd have to file motions to get a more particular statement, and the feds would fight like hell to keep you from finding out the details so they could try you by ambush. For these 3 counts in the indictment, they went over and over a lot of things. Like, for example, each particular phase of this thing, they keep repeating all of the defendant's aliases. Their standard procedure is in the very first paragraph. The defendant, in this case, and they list his aliases hereinafter known as the defendant, referred to as the defendant, and they will just say defendant in each count where that was necessary instead of repeating all of this. 2,000 bottles of lubricant oil. What in the devil is that? That has no business in the indictment. You have other things in here. The IV, where the performers were given IV infusions to keep their energy up, I guess, because these things have gone on so long. Now, let's translate what they're talking about. They're talking about an act.
Shout out to everybody in the building, man. Most definitely keep y'all head up. Y'all already know what it is, man. We've been live for a little minute. I'm finna get up out of here, unfortunately. Today I gave y'all 2 excellent lives, man. If you haven't subscribed to the page, make sure you subscribe to the page. If you haven't subscribed to the page, hit the like button. Get some memberships. Share this shit. Fucking rock and roll, man. I'm one of the only platforms that allow you to be you. Come rock and roll with me, man. Keep your eyes open and trust none. I'm out.